Were you general counsel of Verizon when you guys and gals implemented racial quotas in hiring?
Senator, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about.
Yes,
I do disagree with
yes,
the
you do.
suggestion
Yes,
that
you do.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
you know
you do.
perfectly well what I'm talking about, counsel.
You know, Senator Kennedy just took a flamethrower to a corporate virtue signaling. He didn't just ask question. He put Verizon General Counsel on the hot seat over illegal racial quotas. Kennedy reminded the council that discriminating based on race and gender isn't just woke, it's a direct violation of the constitutional law. Watch as the executive tries to dodge the question, only for Kennedy to remind him that he was like too busy playing frisbee in the squad during law school to remember the basic of 14th Amendment.
Were you general counsel of Verizon when Verizon implemented quotas in hiring based on gender?
Senator, I'm not aware of Verizon ever implementing quotas
Sure you are.
in hiring.
That's
based on
illegal,
gender.
isn't it? You know it's illegal, don't you?
I understand it's illegal, Senator, and I'm not aware of Verizon ever having done that.
Yeah. Well, you took con law?
I did, Senator.
Okay. Were you in the frisbee or in the quad playing frisbee during the part about you can't discriminate against people on the basis of race and gender?
Senator, I'm well aware you cannot discriminate on the basis of race or
Okay.
gender.
Were you
To my knowledge, Verizon has never
Were you
done
general counsel when you required all your employees to go to classes based on to teach them about critical race theory, including, quote, systemic racism, white fragility, and intersectionality?
that. Senator, that has never happened.
Yes, I did. You're under oath, counsel. All right, so you got this subpoena from Jack Smith for senator's records. Did you know who Jack Smith was?
I am aware of who Jack Smith
Yeah,
was, Senator.
you knew at the time that Jack Smith worked for President Biden and the Attorney General, President Biden's appointee, hired Jack Smith to prosecute a former President of the United States, a former opponent of President Biden, and a current opponent of President Biden, and everybody associated with him. You were aware of that?
Senator, I'm aware of the nature of Mr. Smith's investigation.
Yeah, I thought you would be. And you get this order along with the names that the federal government wants you to divulge that says the people on this list we think might destroy evidence or tamper with witnesses. And it was signed by Judge Boasberg. Is that right?
We did receive a non-disclosure order.
Yeah.
signed
Did you
by
know who Judge Boasberg was?
Senator, I was not involved in reviewing that non-disclosure
Oh, well,
order,
you did.
but I
General counsel?
I am aware of who
This
Judge
was just
Boasberg
a
is.
frivolous thing to you? Were you aware that Judge Boasberg hates Republicans like the devil hates holy water?
Senator, I do not know Judge Boasberg,
Yeah.
and I'm not aware
Boasberg.
of who he hates.
Okay. Did you look up the names of the people being subpoenaed, whose records were subpoenaed?
In responding to the subpoena, Senator, we produced the subscriber names.
Did you look up the names, see who they were?
Personally, no.
Just give me one more minute, Madam Chair. So let me get this straight. You get a subpoena from Jack Smith, who's been on the front page of every paper, with an order signed by Judge Boasberg saying these guys might destroy records, and you didn't look up the names. Is that your testimony?
Senator, when our analysts responded to the subpoena...
Is that your testimony?
Yeah.
Don't stall me.
No, I'm trying to answer your question, Senator.
No, you're not. You're trying to stall me. You know I'm out of time.
Yeah.
Senator, when our analysts responded to the subpoena, part of that response would have included the subscriber names associated with the accounts.
Give me one more minute, Madam Chair, please.
He's dodging. He's
I beg you.
dodging.
Did your board of directors know you guys were doing all this? You got, on your board of directors, you got representatives from Starbucks, Coca-Cola, UPS, Longhorn Steakhouse, Olive Garden. Did they know you guys were doing all this?
Senator, can you help me understand what you mean by all of this?
You broke the law
No, Senator. Verizon
for
did not break the
negligence.
law.
It's called malpractice. You just turned over the records. Did you appeal the order?
No, Senator. We did
Did you
not.
call the senators?
No, Senator.
Did you file a motion to quash
No, Senator, we followed
You just accepted, you just took the information that Jack Smith and Judge Boasberg gave you and sucked it up like a Hoover Deluxe, didn't you?
Senator, we followed the law and
No, you didn't.
produced the
Counselor,
Yeah, I didn't.
you ought to hide your head in a bag. And this isn't over. And all the rest of you should too.
You know, what we just witnessed was more than just a legal disagreement. It was a total exposure of corporate priorities in 2026, you know. Senator Kennedy didn't just catch the Verizon's counsel in a lie about racial quotas. He exposed a deeper culture of Hoover Deluxe compliance. When a major corporation hands over subscribers' data to a special counsel without a single motion to squash or an appeal, they aren't just following the law, they are choosing side. As Kennedy said, it's a form of professional malpractice that should have every Verizon customer looking closely at their privacy setting. You know, but here's the bigger picture. This this relationship between our government and our private corporation needs to reach a resolution. We cannot just have a country where, our service provider acts as silent arms of the Department of Justice, bypassing privacy and every citizen deserve. My take, we need a win-win solution where corporations can fulfill legitimate legal requests without sacrificing the constitutional rights of their users. We need transparency, not head in the bag secrecy. The war between political and investigation and private data has to end with a clear, balanced legal framework that protects everyone. What do you think? Did Verizon betray its customers or was the council just doing his job? Let me know in the comment and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'm out. See you next time. Peace. Department of Justice, bypassing privacy and every citizen deserve. My take, we need a win-win solution where corporations can fulfill legitimate legal requests without sacrificing the constitutional rights of their users. We need transparency, not head in the bag secrecy. The war between political and investigation and private data has to end with a clear, balanced legal framework that protects everyone. What do you think? Did Verizon betray its customers or was the council just doing his job? Let me know in the comment and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'm out. See you next time. Peace.